Welcome back to Redbeard RPG and Avowed. We are working on, I think the Animancy Method is all we have left in this area right now. We got Totem Defiance. I don't know, can we do this one right now? Let's check the journal. Not journal, map. It is marked. Oh no, that's the Animancy Method. Is marked. Yeah, we'll leave that one alone for now. Let's go ahead and do Animancy Method. We got two of them right here. Should be able to fast travel to this camp. Oh, we have to set up camp if we fast travel there. All right. Looks like we're just going to go on foot. We're right next to that fast travel point anyways. But we have two of the people we need to talk to right over this way. They're pretty close together, and then we should be able to fast travel back to town to get the other one. Oh. Stuttery today. The game did just have an update today, so I don't know how that impacted everything.
I don't see what's the problem.
If you can see it, I doubt it.
You alright, bud?
Those are no ordinary farm hands.
No, they are not. Oh, no.
In Emerald's Den. Well, maybe our luck's improving. I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrice all day.
You mean that rotting cadaver?
Try and use their names, if you don't mind. It builds their confidence.
Does it now?
As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
Oh, and what do you use for fertilizer? Other corpses?
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor. But of course, nothing is ever that simple.
This is giving off slavery vibes. Yeah, do they work for free?
They get 3 meals a day and a comfortable home. What more could they ask for?
Freedom?
I've certainly dealt with worse.
Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong.
Before I do that, Giatta, what's your opinion on the Dreamscourge?
Giatta Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town?
Gossip travels fast in these parts.
Especially when a renowned animancer is shouting at the top of her lungs in the streets of yore. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dreamscourge. But first, I need some help around the farm.
Of course you do.
I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo.
Let me guess, Sivo isn't a cow or a goat.
Silvo is one of my Revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock. Someone needs to put the poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Well, it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
Yeah.
When a Revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has come.
Any connection to what happened to Beatrice?
It's possible, but this is no time for jumping to conclusions.
I guess I'll take care of it.
Thank you for understanding. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him. He's a good boy.
So, we're killing a revenant then? She just couldn't come out and say that?
And this is why I don't take pets.
What the heck? We barred the door. Said the window should be open. What window? Ah, here we go. Doesn't look open to me. Like it's got bars on it. This the window? There we go. Here's how you get in there. That's what she meant by window open. Don't mind if I do. None of those look like they got anything in there. Now he just starts attacking immediately. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, good grief. And he hits pretty hard, too. Well, well, well.
That's one for us.
Good grief. That was way more intense than I was expecting. I said be gentle. That guy was pretty violent. Is considered stealing? No?
I saw you reach into Beatrice. Find anything interesting?
I dealt with Silvo.
Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace.
You promised me some answers?
So, the Dreamscourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands.
Yeah, I get the same feeling.
The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dreamscourge, they have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen.
Yeah, some of your colleagues must have arrived at the same conclusion.
It's possible, but we don't share research if we can avoid it.
Why?
That's one of the reasons I moved out here. The other reason being my corpses. They don't enjoy living behind walls, if you can call it living. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here.
Sure.
Toward what end, only you can say.
So in other words, you really don't know much.
Animancers tug at the curtain between life and death. But only death can draw it open to reveal that truth. You and Giat are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely too well lately.
Yeah.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
Envoy, a pleasure as always.
Looks like Beatrice ate some spoiled crops.
Aha! So the blight got into my revenant and interfered with her raising. That confirms one of my theories. Not only is the Dreamscourge affecting our farms, it's disrupting animancy, unraveling our work. Sounds like I have more research ahead of me, but at least now I have a sense of direction.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you for getting your hands dirty on my behalf, godlike. You're a natural.
I dig through a lot of corpses. I thought everyone did.
Not really. But that's all right. You and I have something in common.
What's with all the equipment around the farms?
We're animancers. Hooking up equipment and seeing what happens is what we do. You see, the living lands is rich with essence, the energy of souls. We
Okay.
channel this energy into our fields. And that's why Emerald's there is the breadbasket of the living lands.
It doesn't look like it right now.
There's something poetic about the idea of plants eating souls to survive. Creepy, but poetic.
But as you can see, we've been dealing with some irregularities.
Think it's the Dreamscourge?
Giata thinks so, and I trust Giata. Traditional farms depend on water, sunlight, and the mercy of insects. What you see here is no different. Animancy can change the world, but it's an uphill climb. People don't trust what they don't understand.
Okay.
Come back.
That's all we can get out of her. And then, yeah, right over this way, we got the other one. Well, seems like I suddenly can't jump as high as I was before. Oh, don't mind if I do. Maybe I got too much crap in my inventory? I don't think that affects how you jump. I didn't think. Maybe it does.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed? The gods are silent on this question.
Neither. They just are. Anything else is speculation.
Ah, I hate speculation. I want answers.
Alright.
Remy, look what I found. A genuine godlike.
Indeed I am. You didn't find me. I came to see you.
Do you think they can hear us?
Nope, not at all.
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend?
Good grief. Blink at them with incomprehension. Yeah, we're going to lean into it a little.
Remy, take a note. The endangered godlike's vacant gaze betrays an unquenchable thirst for violence.
What?
We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
Giada wants me to learn about Dreamscourge.
I suppose we owe her a favor. Or two.
Giada must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giada needs to finish her research. Deal?
Everything? What haven't you told her already?
The information wouldn't be worth anything if we just gave it to her freely, now would it?
Oh, I thought I'd get him.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go round the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
Lucky? You think I'm lucky? This is what you wanted to know?
Forget what I think. Let's keep the focus on you.
I don't care. You know, I wouldn't mind blending in with the crowd for a change.
Tired of being remarkable? Interesting.
My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us?
Oh, something. Yeah, I wasn't born your savior.
Weren't you?
No.
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone?
Yeah, these are the worst questions I've ever heard.
Yvette, take a note. Godlike are inherently uncooperative. Approach with caution. I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, Godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are as smart as Giada thinks you are.
So, Giada wants to know all about the Dreamscourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Just give me the bad news.
There's no cure for the Dreamscourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giada will be interested to learn that the Dreamscourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dreamscourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Yeah, would something talk to them when they're at the pillar, perhaps? Ela believes the Dreamscourge and the Living Lands have a common ancestor.
That wouldn't surprise me. Both are natural occurrences, after all. Terrible, but quite natural.
Most natural things are. Terrible, that is.
So one more question. What do I do about the entity tethered to my soul?
An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
Okay.
Did you hear that Giada was sent into exile?
Research might be a bit of a stretch for what they just did there. Alright, now the other one was like back in town, wasn't it? There's a quest available right here. Let's pick that up and then we'll fast travel. No, there's a fast travel point right there. We'll be able to get back fast. We'll pick that up later. That's good. I was starting to think this area wasn't that great for questing because it seems pretty slim pickings. Apparently have some companion ability points. Maybe I should just throw those on real quick. Let's hit those. Yeah, I don't have any points available. Companions do. Let's see. What do we want here? Do we want binding roots? Root an enemy in place for 8 seconds. That's pretty good. Piercing shot, shadow step. Yeah, I think we'll get one of these. Yeah, let's stun and trap. Go that route. We'll get let's get this unbinding defense. Where'd my point go? Positive, that's what I just picked, right? Oh, well, whatever. Can we get a little closer? Where are they at? Oh, there's another quest available there. Excellent. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to go on foot. quest is in this building right here. We'll pick that up afterwards.
What if I wasn't a ranger? Of course. What would you do? I be a flower. Huh? Maybe a coward. Ado. Oh, I know.
Confounded machine. Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop.
Modest might be an understatement. Yeah, this place is hardly modest. It's incredible.
Well, maybe to you, but I was educated in the great laboratories of Spirento, in the halls of experimentation. But you didn't journey all this way to hear me reminisce about the old country.
Giada and I are investigating the Dreamscourge.
Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
Okay, that's not good. Giada said your machine could help the research.
Yes, her theory of the Dreamscourge, I'm quite familiar. What I need is a stronger power source.
Are you currently using copper or Adra?
Copper allows greater power modulation through shaping, but Adra has the potential to store more essence. I could use a large single block of Adra, but harvesting it is difficult in this environment. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove.
At the risk of stating the obvious, aren't we standing in front of a massive Adra pillar?
Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgon queen holds court there.
Okay.
You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgon in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgon queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Well, let's go. That Adragon's heart isn't gonna yank itself out.
It is not.
Ado. Welcome to my fine establishment.
We're kind of just rolling through this. I expect to hit a roadblock here at some point. Oh boy, they are far away. Well, that's all the way over there. We can fast travel this far. That'll help some. All right. Let's real quick, just to be safe, have us a little snack. Regain some of this health we've lost. Yeah, we can cook that and make it better, yeah. We'll just have one of our cooked items. But that only got us about halfway there. Those guys do not look friendly.
Keep quiet.
Bears have been troublesome in the past. I don't see myself getting close enough to these guys to sneak attack, though. Maybe.
Eon Seek. And roll.
Okay, one bear down. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Seek.
Ah, woo. Even these sporelings are kind of tough.
Seek. Eon Seek.
Alright, woo. Oh boy.
I think I sprained my shoulder.
That was whew. That was a tough fight. Good grief. Alright. Well, let's have us another little snack. Get healed up. If you run into anything else like that, we're going to be in big trouble.
Part of me loves seeing nature reclaim these ruins. Another part thinks nature needs to calm itself.
So what do I need to do here? So if I kill all these people, then I'm probably... There's got to be a way to sneak around or something. Can I climb up here? Okay, that kind of worked. That was like specifically what he said is like, don't kill all of her guards, but it seems like these are her people.
Right behind you.
Oh, those are monsters sitting right there. I almost walked right into them. Okay, so that's not the way. I feel like I'm going to get attacked pretty much immediately. If I go this way, I mean, there's clearly people there. Let's do a lap around the outside and see possibly another entrance to this place? Okay, I think we might be onto something here. Whoop. There we go. Camp here. I wonder if we can sneak around now that we're up high, a little higher. Fortunately, I think we're going to have to try that out next time. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have a good one. I bet there's a way to sneak on in there without people noticing.